Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter, Shraddha Trayvibhaga Yogam. In the last class, we have completed all the shlokas. As usual, today I will give you the gist of this chapter summary. In fact, the Bhagavad Gita teaching got over in the 15th chapter itself. The whole Bhagavad Gita, if you look at all the 18 chapters, are divided into three groups, each 6, 6, 6. It is called Shatkam. The three Shatkams, three groups, 16 chapters, talks about the Mahavakya, which is the essence of the Vedas or Vedanta. That Mahavakya word is Tattvamasi. But here, Bhagavan first talking about the Tvam, what you are really, Jiva Swarupam. After explaining that, Bhagavan goes to the Tat Swarupam. That means, are you an individual or a part and parcel of this totality, total? So therefore, the total is called Ishvara or Tat, that Brahman, and that is the 6 chapters Tatpada Vicharam. Now, ultimately talking about me and talking about the God. Me means Jiva and Brahma. Jivatma, Paramatma. What is the purpose? Not to say or show that these two are different. That in that Ajnana, ignorance, we are already thinking that I am separate, I am a Jiva. To remove this difference, to bring the Aikyam, the oneness between this Jivatma and Paramatma, Jiva Brahma Aikyam. So the last 6 chapters are talked about the Asipada Vicharam. So therefore, many acharyas look into this Gita 18 chapters in this way. Now in this, the 15th chapter, actually Asipada Vichara, only 13, 14 and 15th chapters, very important, where Bhagavan brought out Jiva Ishvara Aikya. Then what about the 16, 17 and 18th chapters? They are all just like a bonus giving. Bonus giving? Bhagavan's Karuna can be called in English as the bonus. When the owner of the factory, company will give the bonus or government to the employees, when they show compassion and karuna, they will give the bonus. So in that way, Bhagavan Krishna here giving the bonus. What is the need of giving this extra like chapters here? In fact, you may hear all the 15 chapters, not studying, hearing, not parayanam, doing shravanam. You may have done, but are we received the real essence and purport of this Bhagavad Gita? What is the Bhagavan's intention to teach this? it is doubtful, because many people, whether many people, they won't listen. First of all, they won't get chance to listen. If at all somebody listened also, they won't receive the complete real essence of the Gita, because there is no qualification. Proper qualification is required, that is called arahata. What is that qualification? I am having the ears, I am here, and I am hearing also. No, that is not enough. Or what else the qualification? I am born as a human being, and I have interest also to listen satsang, Gita. No, my dear, you should have the values in you. That means you must have the divine qualities in your heart. Your mind should be filled with the divine sattvic qualities, which are generally termed as the dharma, following of the righteous way of life. That is what the Purva Bhaga of the Vedas talked about. And that dharma means, don't think only leading a mechanical, sentimental, religious lifestyle. That's why Bhagavan wants to say clearly in these two chapters, he himself started highlighting about the Daiva Asura Sampatti. Therefore, those good values and the qualities, unless otherwise you have with you, that is the dharma aspect, you cannot understand and realize the Brahman. First of all, you cannot understand. You cannot receive, assimilate, and digest. So, this dharma, based on what? Shastra. In the 15th chapter ending, Bhagavan brought this word of Shastra. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam mayanagha etad buddhva buddhiman syad kritakrityascha bharata. This is the topmost secret of the Shastra. Guhyatamam shastram. Shashanat iti shastram. Shashayati iti shastram, which governs and instructs and guides and show the way, path. And after completion of that, Bhagavan actually need not to further explain anything. And these values are the sattvic gunas, so are already told in the every chapter here and there. But again, Bhagavan at the end wants to highlight how much important this qualification. So without this proper qualification, a person cannot digest or receive and digest this very subtle knowledge of the self. Then he started talking about what is the main problem and the hurdle many people are not able to. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit etati siddhaye. So why? What is the reason? The mind is filled with the rajasic and tamasic qualities, rakshasa asuri qualities. That is the main hurdle, drawback. Therefore, Bhagavan wants to now let me show you what are the sattvic qualities or daivi gunas and what are the asuri rakshasi gunas. Now, he enumerated there very beautifully a big list he has given. And at the end of the 16th chapter, again Bhagavan talked about the Shastra. What he told there in the end, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitav Jagnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartumiharhasi. Therefore, Arjuna, altogether, I would like to inform you, remind you, Shastram Pramanam. What to do, what not to do, what for you have to do, when to do, how to do. All these things, do's and don'ts, everything Shastram Pramanam. Karya, Akarya. So, by knowing this, Shastra Vidhanoktam, and then you do your karma. If you do like that, that karma won't binds you. Generally, none of us can escape or exempted from doing the karma, something or other. But if that karma is going to uh, become a bondage, karma, instead of it becoming a yoga, if the karma becoming the roga, that means which gives the disease, roga. What is the roga? Roga of the punya papa, and then punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, coming back again and again to this world relative, is itself is called vyadhi, roga. But karma is meant for chitta shuddhyardham, to purify the mind. Then that helps for a person to attain the moksha, jivan mukti, here and itself, here and now. Therefore, Shastram Pramanante. Otherwise, karma becomes a bondage. Then, because he told in the end of the 16th chapter this word, Arjuna got a doubt. With that doubt, he wants to clarify, and he asked in the 17th chapter, first shloka, Arjuna, what he said, ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः. This is the question of the Arjuna. O Krishna, O Lord, many people don't know about the Shastra. Many people don't get the opportunity to study the Shastra. Even in the time, when the time passes, people, according to that age and all that contamination, and people will become more and more materialistic. Actually, this question is in Teta, in Dwapara Yuga also, when Arjuna saw these people who are adharmic, his own cousins, and greedy for the total wealth and all that, and not at all ready to give or share anything. So he saw that situation, and it is going to become worse also in the coming future days. That is what is now Kali Yuga. Anyhow, that question is good, and that answer is very useful for us. Then, what he asked, they don't know the Shastra. Even though they know little bit and heard here and there, but they don't have the capacity and commitment to practice, put into practice. Therefore, they will give it up all the injunctions of the Shastra, and they won't respect the acharyas, teachers, and revere the elders and don't listen to them. But they have the shraddha, That means the faith on you. You means here God. They are Shraddhayanvidaha. They have their own faith about the God. Therefore, they worship the God. Yajante. Here, yajanam means pujanam, worship. When it is going to say about the yajnam, that is also yajanam, worship only. One is in a individual level and yajnam is always in a samashti level. But both are almost one and the same, like in a big level if you do with a involvement of the many people or the any organization or any temple or for the society like sake, that samashti puja is called yajna. Or sometimes for the personal purpose also people will do yajna, that is different. So we cannot much differentiate about the yajanam and yajna, both are the meaning same. So the main question is they worship. That means they have faith on the something called God Almighty. But all of them who are all not known the Shastra and they have given up the Shastra vidhis and all that, but they still have the Shraddha in worshipping the God. Do you say, or can we say that all of them are having the same kind of Shraddha? Everybody? Everybody means who are all neglected the Shastra, but majority, if you see now in this present context time, many devotees are there. Many are astikas only, bhaktas only, and do different ways of worship. So all of them are same. They are all that Shraddha is same. Or can we take it according to their temperament and the guna, whether it is called Sattvika Shraddha or Rajasika Shraddha or Tamasika Shraddha? Because you talked about the gunas in the 14th chapter. You explained very well. And finally, you said there also you have to transcend the gunas and become a gunatita purusha, which is the gunatita vastu, the Brahman. You have to recognize that. For that, you also should transcend the three gunas you told. Okay, the transcending, let us keep it aside. But just my question is that uh, are they do according to their temperament, guna like this, or all are same? Can you explain, tell about me? This is the question. Now, for this question, Bhagavan Sri Krishna answered from shloka number 2 to 6. He said, yes, correct. What you are asking is correct. Shraddha become always graded as the three levels, three types. That is Sattvika, Rajasika, Tamasika Shraddha. And I am going to tell little more detailed about it. Listen. And actually, Arjuna, the whatever the Shraddha the person having, that is his personality. Therefore, Shraddhamayoyam Purushaha Yoyat Shraddhaha Saeva Saha. That is, Bhagavan said. Then, first he told about the Sattvika way of worship. Generally, now, after sixth shloka, answer is given enough. Bhagavan need not to talk further much. But again here, the Karuna bonus. As a bonus, Bhagavan, let me take this opportunity and explain another 4 more dimensions of the day-to-day life of the people, because that is all got connection. They were all interconnected. Therefore, after saying the six shlokas about the Satvika Puja, Satvika Ejanam, Rajasika Ejanam, Tamasika Ejanam, what he told, I will come, because I can tell you briefly by putting collectively together all these headings. That's why I didn't explain now. Then Bhagavan, of course, immediately started, Arjuna, this Shraddha we can see in these aspects also. Then he told about the food, ahara, then yajna, tapas and dhanam. In this way, four more extra topics, bonus topics. Now, in this, let us take yajna, dana, tapa, and food. We can put it in the end. Of course, Bhagavan told in the middle immediately. Okay, that is his way of teaching, but for our convenience to understand, because again, food is very important. Whatever you eat, that is the your mind. I will come to that point. Now, so four extra bonus points. Now, as I told just now, Yajanam, Puja and Yajnam, both are one and the same. So even after explained in three shlokas, Bhagavan, 4, 5 and 6, again he started telling about the Yajnam, again three shlokas, 10, 11, 11, 12 and 13. So what exactly here we have to understand in this all, what are all totally five topics you can take. Individual way of doing puja, worship, and believing the God and religious practice at my personal level. Sometimes doing that in a big level, in the samashti, in a collective community level, that is all called yajna. And doing the tapas, of course, tapas, Bhagavan is going to tell about it more by dividing into Kayika tapas, Vachika tapas, and Manasika tapas. And doing the charity, giving, sharing, dhanam. Okay, so puja, yajnam, tapah, dhanam, then ahara. All these five people do according to their inner temperament, gunataha, swabhavataha they do. So while telling all this together, some common points are: keep the diet later. Tapas also I will explain a little more, because Bhagavan took 6 shlokas for tapas. The Sattvika Swabhava people generally they do the worship or yajna or tapas to propitiate some god. They worship the Sattvika Devatas. See, in Devatas also, Sattvika Devatas, Rajasika Devatas, and Tamasika Devatas. Yes, there are. What is Devata? Energy, some power. And all those powers are expression of the energy, one Shakti. Therefore, that Shakti, actually, that gunas being are there in the person's personality, he looked at devatas and propitiate them in that way. For blessing those kind of people, those devatas come forward. So Sattvika devatas means Vaidika devatas, which are told in the Vedas. Generally, even Avatara devatas we worship, we constructed the temples and all that. In nowhere you generally listen, um, Krishna Homam, Rama Homam. Have you heard any time? No, but Ganapati Homam, Sudarshana Homam, Dhanvantari Homam, Mrityunjaya Homam, like this way. That means generally in every yajna we invoke the deities which are presiding of our sense organs, tanmatras, and presiding deities of the Panchabhutas are one and the same. Therefore, Agni, Varuna, Vayu, Prudhivi, all these devatas we worship. These are all called Sattvika devatas. But in fact, to say still more higher level, only Parabrahma Paramatma is the supreme deity. But in many karmakandas, we invoke the Agni first, and through Agni we offer the offerings, and that goes to the particular god. In that way, worship is done. Now, Sattvika Guna person worship these Sattvika Devatas, and the Rajasika Tamasika people worship the Yaksha Rakshamsi Preta Bhuta Ganan, because they are also have got power, they will give. But a person who worships with the Sattvika Guna, generally, his intention is without desiring anything. Without desire anything, whether it is individual puja or samashti puja or tapas or dhanam. The common one point is apalakankshiਭir, that word Bhagavan used. Apalakankshiਭir. They do yajna, they do dhanam, they do tapas, they do individual puja, but I am not asking anything. Then why you are doing then? I know by doing all this, my ahankara will come down, and then my mind become purer. If the mind is purer, what is the purity of the mind? What is the otherwise impurity of the mind? If the mind carries the raga dveshas, if the mind carries the kama krodha lobha moha madamatsariyas, it is impure mind. Impure mind. Otherwise, to say a desireful mind is called impure mind. Then, sir, how to live without any desire? Okay, the mind which is occupied by the illegitimate desire, unrighteous desire, or greedy, over desire, wrong desire, that is called impurity of the mind. So, gradually you have to reduce your desires. First, maybe selfish desires will be there in the beginning, but gradually all your desires should be selfless desires. If a real sadhaka, if a real devotee we are, what we desire from the Lord? Through any this puja, yajna, dana, tapa. O Lord, let my mind become purer. Give me the chitta shuddhi, purity of the mind. Because when my mind is free from all these kinds of inner enemies and dirt, then only I can know clearly about your nature. Then only I can understand the relationship connection between you and me. Then only I can drop my ahankara and mamakara. Then only I can drop my kartrutva bhoktrutva bhava. Therefore, I want the purity of the mind. Then only the peace of mind will come. Only a peaceful mind can contemplate and discover the truth. agitated, over-desired, and extroverted, materialistic. This kind of mind cannot grasp this truth. But generally, how many are desiring like this? Lifelong until the old age of 70, 80 also, we will always take sankalpa and do the worship and ask the Lord, give this, give this, give this. What for? You are giving, already you have given us so much thing. Now, anybody is asking like this? In any sankalpa of this yajna, yaga or puja, individual? No. Generally, no. Now, that's why Bhagavan, without saying that, he is showing that by reading the 16th and 17th chapters, my dear, everyone should introspect themselves. Introspect. Genuinely. Without having these divine qualities of the so many Bhagavan told Amanitvam, Adambitvam, there, the previous shlokas. And then in the 16th chapter, so many ahimsa, abhayam sattva samsuddhihi, like that he is given a big list. Ahimsa, satyam, akrodha, tyagaha, shanti, apaishunam, daya, bhuteshu, aloruputvam. This you have to write down a list and check it. How many we have, how much percentage we have in them. Can I cultivate them? Can I replace? First of all, the problem with the people nowadays also, if you see, there is no any lack of bhakti, there is no any lack of temples, the different way of approaches, media is there, facilities are there, books are there. So many people are also talking about so many things, all are there. But really speaking, we generally don't know or accept that whether I am a sattvic personality or a rajasic personality or a tamasic personality. We never think about it. Unless you listen from somebody like this, Bhagavan Krishna told Gita. That means unless you expose yourself to this Shravanam Satsangam, these words, unless they come to your ears very straight, we don't know. That's why many people don't show the interest to listen these things. The still tragedy is, even they listen, they don't want to change. They don't want to change. They will take their only, which is suitable to them from these teachings, and they interpret themselves in the mind, and they think that this is what I am thinking is correct. This is a very, very big drawback, we can say, majority. That's why you may be a religious person. What religious person? What for your religion? You are materialistically religious. All your religious practices to get the progress materially outside, but you never thought of, and you are completely neglected that your inner growth, inner benefit, that is called spiritual growth. Have you thought of any time? Only material growth you are. All these things which people do generally in the name of puja, yajna, yaga, tapas, dhanam, only material benefit. Either in this world or next world or heaven or like that, material prosperity. But is it permanent? Once if you get it, is it enough and okay? Or you will be fine? No. You can never be fine and you can never be satisfied with any amount of material prosperity and benefit, whether you go to other world or any world. So in this way, the religion is exploited and misunderstood and misinterpreted and misused. That's why many other religions, if you see, they also have Shraddha. That's why the point is very important. They all have Shraddha. Who are all now acting like a terrorist in the name of the religion. They have got Shraddha towards their faith and their God. And they say that our God told that if anybody is not accepting this religion, my teaching, you kill them. By killing them, you will be awarded. What is this? See, am I joking or telling wrongly? How many are following such a teaching? Another side, one more religion, if they are not worshipping me, they will go to the hell. And if you go to the hell, you are permanently in the hell only. But if you worship me and follow this religion, you are coming to me heaven. You reach the Father and you will be there permanently. But in our real Sanatana Dharma, we never put a strict like that. Once if you go to the hell, you are permanently in the hell only. No choice, no nothing you cannot do. But here, there is a choice. You can now refine yourself. The choice is not given. You have the choice. You have the willpower. Willpower on what? Which are already decided, and our last janma karmas and all that. We, even though we don't have control on them, but still how I react to them, how I will take them into the life. Now, what I can do and what I should not do, this choice is there in our hands or not? Think coolly. It is there. It is there. One side, you see, we are actually leading a choiceless existence. But to listen, study the Bhagavad Gita and understand and implement, is it not in my hands? But we don't want. Not only we means majority people who are materialistically religious, they don't want to change. Whatever they hold, they think that is all. That is the end. That's why narrow-mindedness not gone. Fightings were not gone. Killings are not gone. In any religion, among the Hindu Sanatana Dharma religion itself, why so many differences? Because we are aiming for something what really Shastra not encouraging. It is told only in the beginning, some extent, this karma, this kind of desires and all that, how much, whether it is based on the dharma. Dharma means what actually? This is dharma. What Bhagavan Krishna explained in the 16th chapter or anywhere, that's why I started beginning. The value-based lifestyle is called dharmic jivanam. What is the value means, sir? Getting in the early morning or taking the, tomorrow is the Sivaratri, so I won't sleep whole night. I do fasting. I dance up to the night. Is it the religious dharmic life? No. It looks like, seems to be like a one kind of devotion and faith and all that. But altogether, if your mind is not endowed with, your inner personality is not endowed with these kind of what? The whole Daivi Sampat, then you are not a dharmic person. You are not following the dharma. Therefore, the definition of the dharma is not following some religion and some sect and going blindly. That's why I told in the last 2 days in other classes also, the dharma never change. Your way of worship may change. So according to your guna, your worship of the gods, yajna, dana, tapa, all are changing. Therefore, let us understand clearly what were Bhagavan talking here, this clearly. Very important chapters. In fact, these chapters should be first made by heart by the children at the right age, and by they cross the teenagers and go college and all that, they must know the purport in a simple way. That's why Vedanta and all that are not required. Without this, Vedanta cannot understood these values. If these are all planted in the young minds, then they can. We are interested to do Parayanam of the many other things. Nothing wrong, you can do it. But always you do with the fear only. Have you, after doing the Parayana of the Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama for many years, you have checked, have introspected any time, do you have these inner values and the qualities with you? And try to develop them. Try to develop them. If they are not there, yes, let me cultivate. Instead of that, I am getting early morning, I am going to the temple, I am doing this, I do that vratam, I follow this vratam, and this, in this way, instead of focusing the sattvic way of dharmic and devotional religious lifestyle, the people majority, now you can see or you can check within yourself what kind of personality you are. Now let me tell you what are these other two personalities, just opposite to it. They are more materialistic oriented and desires oriented, greedy oriented, in that ahankara, they strengthen their own ahankara, and they, for the sake of the pomp and show, dambham, for that they do, they perform, they want publicity, they want propaganda, name and fame. All these people are called Rajasic way of Shraddha. They have Shraddha. They talk about the God, they talk about the religion, they follow some kind of things. Whether you follow this or that, it doesn't matter. Personal way of worship, that's why you can have faith on anything and worship, follow. But are you progressing in that? Or you get caught up in that with the fear psychosis in your religion? Check it. Ask yourself, be genuine. That's why we are not genuine. We have no guts to ask a question that what I am following and doing, is the religion blindly, years together, and saying my religion is great, what I am following is great, my guru is great, my sect is great. What it ultimately develop, the more ahankara. Ahankara becomes strong, that's it. Through the religious practice, that's why most of these very orthodox religious people are more egoistic people. We don't say that all are like that and they doesn't have any good qualities at all. Why you can't give the more importance to the your inner growth and the quality of the mind. If that is there, automatically, after some time, you will show the interest and you will incline to the Atma Gnana. It's bound to happen. Why it is not happening even after 60, 70, all that, even though we know that Bhagavad Gita is good, it is told by the Bhagavan Sri Krishna, directly Sakshat Narayana, from his mouth, these are the words of the nectar, all that. Okay, but I will do namaskara to the Bhagavad Gita, or I will put some flower to Bhagavad Gita, or I will give some donation to it. But are you really understand and assimilated the teaching of the Lord? What do you mean by real understanding, assimilating, sir? Why you are criticizing me? I am not criticizing. You ask yourself. In the name of the religious practices or any kind of follow, I am the dharmic person and all that. Have you got stagnated? Or your mind has become broad-minded? And your mind is free from these all negativities, and do you have the purity and the peace? These are all the major uh, measurements. Day by day, when you grow old, your desires are has come down. You are asking and keep on begging from the Lord has come down. And do you really understand that what you are? Whether are you the body? Are you are the all the time slave, dasaha? What you are? Or you are the jiva? Or you are the Satchitananda Brahma consciousness? Find out. To get one this kind of inquiry, that is the greatest blessing if it happens. One kind of inquiry means viveka. If viveka is there, viveka means what? Just a question. What exactly I am doing? What I want to get it? Why I have come into this world? What is the purpose of what is the purpose of my arrival here? If at all I am the devotee and believer of the religion and the Vedas and Shastras, what they are saying? They want me all the time to be in the karma kanda and in the name of dharma and only materialistic religious practice, or are you a religiously spiritualistic? If religiously, if you are not becoming the spiritualistic, see, please understand the difference between the religious and spiritual. Why I am using both? What, sir? Religion and spirituality both are one and the same? No, no. If you are a religion, if you grow in the religion, gradually you will start to withdraw and give up. For that sake only the dhanam. Then you will come to the stage that everything is given up. Everything is given up. That's why tyage naike amrutatva manashuhu. So I am keeping all these five aspects what Lord said, instead of going and already we have discussed each shloka elaboratedly. Now I am summarizing. This summary is very important. Introspection comes. What we studied Gita 17th chapter got over. So this kind of total analysis, synthesis is necessary. So keeping that in the mind, I am talking to you. So I need not to go to shloka here. Now you got the point. Now you apply this in all of them. One clear truth. Which dhanam given with expectation, which dhanam given with arrogance, which dhanam given um, with carelessness. And that dhanam which given without expecting the pratyupakaram, and giving is my uh, duty, doing my yajnam, karma, these things, karyameva tat. I have to do this. Why I should not ask? No need. This is only for Pavanani Manishinaha. In 18th chapter, Bhagavan going to tell again, Yajna Yaga Tapa Karma Na Tyajayet. Karyameva hi tat. Because Pavanani Manish, Yajnadana Karma makes the person's heart purer. Purer. That's only the main criteria. Not any getting punyam, this, that, and what is punyam? A pure mind. If the mind is purified, that is the punyam. Not what you expect that punyam. I should be blessed with a lot of money. I should be blessed with a lot of wealth, property. With that punyam, I should go to the other loka. What you will do there? Here, what you are doing? Okay. Now, in this, few more points extra about the tapas. When Bhagavan talking about the tapas, why he has given importance there again and divided as the kayika tapas, bodily, vachika tapas by speech, and mentally manasika tapas. While telling about that, now this tapas and that ahara, we can combine it, because tapas is that generally a self denial, self imposed discipline is called tapas. So, at the kaika, at the body level, if your body has to be free from the laziness, and if your body should cooperate for you and to be healthy some extent, you need to take a sattvic ahara. Sattvic ahara. What is sattvic ahara? Simple, sattvic, simple, nutritious vegetarian diet is called sattvic ahara. I'm not going to the details much. Bhagavan very much elaborated. But if you see, most of these religious people also, all of them, eating more rajasic food only. Too much pungent, too much sour, too much hot. Any of these things, extremes are not good. So, about ahar. Then, your vachika tapas is also very important. See, the tongue does two actions, eating tongue and talking tongue. And that's why the Maunam Bhagavan brought in the Manasika tapas. They are all interconnected. So tapas is which I do for my uh, purification of the body, mind, and walk. Manasa Vasha Karmana. That is called tapas. Sometimes we hear in the stories Bhagirada, Rishi Bhagirada done the tapas for the sake of bringing the Ganga down, not for his own purpose, to his family members to bring them into alive. That stories, some are exceptionals, leave it. Or that Rishi done the tapas. Some Rishishrunga did the tapas for the sake of the Dasharatha to bring the rain. That is okay. But generally, tapas is done. I put myself under a discipline. Therefore, I will avoid certain things. to strengthen my willpower, my physical power, and everything, and my energy. So self-denial is called tapas. But in this again, these Rajasika, Tamasika tempered people unnecessarily what Shastra doesn't prescribe, they do them and torture their own body. And in the name of that, they feel satisfied that why you have to torture your body? Why? What is the need? But they will go in that way only. What to do? Tamasic temper, Rajasic temper. Or in this Tamasic people, in any of these things, they will do everything to destroy others, mostly. And of course, they will be little benefited, but whether I get benefit or not, let the other person get destroyed. This is the Tamasic mentality. So, about Ahara. Then, so Ahara connects, makes your body healthy and as well as your mind also healthy, because whatever you eat, the subtlest portion of that food essence is becomes tejas and as a medhas, your mind. Therefore, that food and the tapas. Then, when you say control, have the control on the eating also. When to eat, what to eat, where to eat, how to eat. In same way, when to talk, what to talk, with whom to talk, how much to talk, how to talk, everything is Shastra, Krishna prescribed. I'm not going to those details. I'm just putting them in nutshell like that. So the food and speech control. Once if the person have the talking control and eating control, that is the what for not to prove or show to anybody my greatness. See, I am doing fasting so many in the name of Ekadasi, in the name of other Vratam. You need not to tell to anybody, advertise, or nobody need not to know it what you are doing. But ultimately, where is your mind? Where is your bhakti level? You are still a bargaining and frightening devotee, frightened devotee, bhaya and bargain. These two are there still in your mind, then you are not improved with your vratams and the bhakti because of your tirthayatra, anything. So therefore, this ahara niyamams and tapas goes together. Ultimately, that helps for improve myself, improve upon myself, and become a much more sattvic, guna-oriented, and endowed person. That means I am making myself fit instrument to receive the gnanam. Now, after saying all this about three types of tapas and dhanam also, dhanam giving is my duty. I have to give. By giving, sacrificing, I will learn nothing is belongs to me here in this world. Now, after saying this much, at the end, Bhagavan giving one again extra medicine, extra technique to purify. Okay, still you may do some of these things, but don't forget to use these three words, which are the represents indicators of the Lord. You are already having the faith of the Lord, that's why you are Shraddha, but some corrections you have to make, my dear. So the three words are Bhagavan brought out here. This is actually the sixth topic, we can say. And this is also like a giving bonus only again. What he said, Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Brahmanastrividha Smrutaha Brahmanastena Vedascha Yagnascha Vitah Pura. Like this here. Om Tat Sat Iti. These are the three important uh, Mangalakara auspicious words because they refer about the Supreme God, Supreme Lord, the Supreme Truth. So at least make a habit of saying this and do. Maybe in course of time, slowly, someday, you will come to the real right path of the enquiry, the knowledge, the gnanam. Therefore, Bhagavan at the end of this chapter, in the 23rd shloka to 26th shloka, explained even 27th shloka, these three words, Om, Tat, Sat. So it is almost a Mahavakya again, giving, reminding. Don't forget that. Then after that, in this way, suppose if you are even not saying these words and using them, it is to make your these actions satgunya purnam, sadguna purnam, some extent purifying. This will help. If you don't do that, the last shloka, ashraddhaya hutam, dattam, taptam, krutam. All these are all merely waste only. You won't get any proper benefit either here or in the other worlds, here and somewhere. Therefore, it is very important. That's why I explained to you, O Arjuna, let the people listen in future also in detail all this and they will be benefited. With this, we have completed the summary of the 17th chapter also. Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashodhyayah. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.